you will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
Video games. Electronically manipulated images that allow the viewer to become the player, exerting control over actions that take place. A form of art, a rival to film. Are the film and video game industries converging, and is it a good thing or something that should be averted? Two gamers talk about their experiences living with video games and take us a step closer to answering these questions.
Storytelling in modern games, it depends on the game, because some games are your generic shooter fare like Call of Duty. I mean, as fun as it is generic shooter fare about big burly men running around shooting Americans and stuff like that. But you have great games though, like Telltale. They make fantastic games like The Wolf Among. I've never cared so much about a man who's a detective of a fictional town in the subset of New York who turns into a giant 10-foot wolf. It's a weird archetype, but when done right, storytelling in video games is fantastic. Telltale do it great. BioWare with Mass Effect and Dragon Age do it so well.
I swear.
The Last of Us is very special and cinematic in the fact that, yeah, it's a video game, but at the end of the day it has very much a filmic plot, centering on two people bonding through their time in the zombie apocalypse. It sounds simplistic and formulaic and very video gamey, if you'll excuse the term, but at the end of the day it feels genuine and real, and you can feel emotion in the exact way that you'd feel if watching a film. Video games are composed of art to create art. You know, you have music, which can be simple as electronic music and dubstep, to high-made, quality-built orchestral soundtracks.
What are you doing, Tess?
Maybe they had a map, or...
We gotta shake that truck! Working on it!
You have top-of-the-line voice acting and even the use of motion capture. You have beautifully written stories by movie writers, and at the end of the day, this all combines to create this emotive experience, because at the end of the day, video games are about escapism. They're not about any kind of point of view or anything. It's just about getting away from everything in the modern world that we hate or dislike. And that's what makes video games art, because you can feel such a way about fictional characters, you know, people that just don't exist. The ability to do that is very difficult, but when you can do it and have some degree of control via video games, that's a really interesting thing to think about. There's a company called Quantic Dream that make games like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, and these games incorporate motion capture technology to properly realise and respect their actors, and actors that have appeared in those games are like Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe. So there is already some of that interlink, but at the same time, we've seen the rise of video game film adaptations, you know, your Resident Evils, your Silent Hills, and recently, of course, you know, The Last of Us. And these industries, I don't think, should be combined, but them working together is a sight to behold, because you have so much opportunity. Films tell stories, video games allow you to impact those stories of your own volition.
What do you need? Weapons? Ammo? Clothes?
Medicine! Do you have any antibiotics?
Certain games I've noticed that are becoming very much like films. Until Dawn, Order 1886, and I would say the Uncharted as well. It is a good thing, because the two industries get to merge on occasion, and they're all there because they're trying to make a story. It allows the audience to escape, like the gamer to escape from like reality just for a little while, even if the game is maybe 4 hours, like the Order 1886. It's that concept that allows them to escape and do something different other than their normal mundane life. Modern game storytelling is becoming better through the advance in technology. There's a game coming out this year called Quantum Break, and it mixes motion capture, choice-based storytelling, but also on top of that there's a TV series chucked in with it.
You're better at the door thing.
It's giving you more than what you've paid for, so you'll be paying £40, but you're also getting his cinematic storytelling experience, but you're getting a TV series with it. And there are A lot of older games from like older generations of consoles, their stories most of them have diminished, but there are a few standout storytelling games from previous generations, like the Prince of Persia series, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and those stories have held up today, and I've played most of them at least 10 times purely because I love the story behind them. But modern game storytelling is the way forward.
From the evidence you have seen and heard from these two gamers, there are a lot of reasons to consider video games art. Storytelling, character development and interaction, cinematic soundtracks and motion capture technology. Now it's up to you to make your own decision. Are video games art? You decide. Pick up a game and immerse yourself in this expansive world.
Once again, I'm afraid we're out of time. We'll talk again soon.